Welcome to the Bedtime Scientist. Tonight, we're going to answer a question. Where does the air you're breathing come from? The breath you're taking is real. You can't see it, and you can't hold it, but it had a beginning. It came from somewhere. We're going to visit two places to find out where. Our first stop is right outside your door, in your neighborhood. Not in a forest far away, but we are going to talk about the trees that you know, the ones standing under the same sky as your home. All day, while everything moved from one thing to the next, those trees were working. The green in their leaves was catching sunlight, the light that gives the leaf energy. But light alone isn't enough. The leaf needs water, drawn up through its roots. And it needs the air you breathe out, the part your body is finished with. Inside the leaf, something happens that can't be seen. Water is made from pieces far too small to notice. Using energy from sunlight, the leaf pulls water apart. It keeps some of those pieces. It uses them to build the food it needs to grow. But the rest is released into the air. That leftover piece is oxygen, the air you're breathing right now, which means the breath you just took was, not so long ago, part of a drop of water. Maybe rain on a roof, maybe a puddle after a storm, maybe water deep underground. There's a name for this process: photosynthesis. The leaf doesn't use the word. It just follows the process. But trees are only part of the story. If we follow your breath backward, we reach the ocean. Near the surface of the sea, where sunlight reaches the water, live drifting life called phytoplankton. Thousands fit inside a single drop of water. Most are too small to see, but they do what the leaf does. They take in sunlight. The same kind of process happens, but in a different form. Sunlight carries energy into the cell. That energy is used to split water molecules. When water splits, one part is used to help build the material the organism needs to live. The other part is oxygen. And that oxygen leaves the cell, moves into the surrounding water, and from there, some of it reaches the air above the ocean. This is the physical source of much of the oxygen in our atmosphere. From far above Earth, the ocean can look alive with wide green swirls spread across its surface. More than half of every breath you take begins here. Not in forests, not on land, but in open water. Somewhere right now, sunlight is reaching the ocean again, and drifting life is releasing oxygen for a breath you haven't taken yet. This has been happening for longer than we can measure. Before trees, before animals or dinosaurs, the earth was different. The sky held almost no oxygen. Nothing that breathes like you and I do could live here. Then, in the ancient ocean, life found this process. It used sunlight. It worked on the water, and it released oxygen, one breath at a time, for millions of years. Then, hundreds of millions. Then, billions of years. The sky changed slowly until Earth became a place where animals could breathe. But what matters most is this: those first oxygen makers never disappeared. The drifting life in the ocean today are their descendants. The same kind of life, continuing the same process. And it hasn't stopped. Neither have the trees outside your window. When sunlight reaches their leaves, the process begins again. Air doesn't stay where it's released. The wind moves it, it mixes it, it spreads it across the planet. The oxygen in this breath might have begun in a leaf outside your window, or in a forest far away, or in the middle of the sea. You breathe it in, and you breathe out what the leaf needs. And somewhere, another leaf or drifting life continues the same process again. You and the living world have been part of this exchange your entire life. You've never had to do it alone. Outside, trees are waiting for light. Far away, the ocean is still working. One side of the world rests, while the other side gathers energy. Your breathing is slower now, longer, easier, as if you're sharing the rhythm of the whole planet. And while all of this continues, you can relax and let sleep come. And just before you drift off to dream of rain becoming part of a leaf, of trees standing under a dark sky, and of one breath traveling through the world and back again, I want you to know something about you. Your mind is a wonderful thing, so full of curiosity. And I like your mind, just the way it wonders. I'll be back again soon to wonder more with you.